Welcome to Gospel Motivation. On this channel, you are going to get soul-lifting message, faith, and video that will help you to grow your spiritual life. Remember, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more new video updates.
If your call is to bring people towards holiness and righteousness, you must master the art of circumventing Delilah. There are people who follow certain anointings, spirits. Is God giving us intelligence? Listen, let me tell you, by the privilege of God's grace, I've had the honor of being with many fathers of faith in this nation, and when I have the privilege of talking with them, more than the things they are saying, I am observing. I can tell you that they have such a deep experience with God, deeper than most people know. What we do on stage only accounts for 30% of ministry. I hope you know that. A major part of your life must be behind the veil. That is what strengthens what you do in the presence of people here. I've had the honor of meeting very wealthy people, multi-millionaires in all kinds of currencies. And when I sit with them, especially some of them who are very, very wealthy and love God, my goodness, the level of consecration, some of the rules that God had to create in their own lives, you would think God were too strict, but that is exactly what kept them and is still keeping them. When you begin to walk with God, when you learn doctrine and you rise to a particular point, listen to me, let me tell you what God begins to do. God will begin to introduce unique rules based on the vulnerabilities he sees in your life. If he studies you and finds out that, look, it looks like your weakness is women, for instance, God is going to put a unique rule in your life that applies to only you, in a way that if somebody looks at you, he will say, but God, this is unfair. God knows what he's stopping. And once you walk with that mold, you will find out that you will circumvent that weakness and you'll be able to be great. There are others, your weakness, you are a man of God. Even if a lady walks naked in front of you, it does not affect you. But if you see an envelope, even if you are passing and you see an envelope on the ground, you must pick it and check what is inside. Watch this. I know you are laughing, but pay attention. Are we together? Are we together? So God knows when the devil wants to destroy you, he can bring enemies in the name of members for only 1 year who are millionaires but carry within them the spirit of your destruction. If you have not gone through the school of the spirit that has purged you and broken you to a point where you lose an appetite for those things, so God can give you rules like you will not have more than 4 cars at any point in your life. Your wife will say, what kind of a husband are you? They gave us 10 cars, you gave away 6. Why? And you say, I have a covenant with God. God told me I will, at any given point, I will only have 4 cars. It is not a doctrine, it is a training. God has vetted you in the spirit and have found out that if you have more than that, that is the gauge of your discipline. If it crosses that, it can do something to you. Is someone learning? There are people, no matter how they fast and pray, they will not be able to pack a stadium to talk to the people. The reason is because what will happen to you after that meeting, because of your low level of prayer, your low level of consecration, God will have to respect the allowance you have given him in your life. He will not expose you to battles that are beyond your level of spiritual preparation. Is this making sense to you? So the higher you want to rise, that's what I'm trying to say, you must have a deep and a rich experience with God. There are levels when you get to with God, it no longer becomes an emotional dealing, it is a covenant. There are certain things when you do with God, God will bring a sworn blessing upon you. Because you have gone this far, I swear by my name that in Enugu state you will never beg for bread again to your children's children. You see, when you see people come with certain transgenerational blessings, they didn't come just by dancing around and say God sent. It was an experience with God. when Abraham took his child, only child, and placed that child, he actually was going to kill the child. In fact, he actually killed the child, because when the child dies in your heart, he really died. Romans chapter 4 already tells us his contemplations, that Abraham planned to kill Isaac. Then when he's done, he'll say, I've obeyed you, please raise my child back to life. Let me go back home with him, because I don't know what to go and tell his mother. I know we easily say Abraham gave up Isaac. Women, mothers, do you know what it means to wake up in the morning and not see your husband and your only child after waiting 25 years? Honey, where are you? And the aides, they are not. All the aides too have gone, because they went with him. Abraham was already ready for his marriage to fail, because if you are a woman, if that kind of husband comes back, let me see the hand that prepares the food. Comes back, let me see the hand that prepares the food for him, and he says, honey, let's just kneel down and give God thanks. In this our generation, that is over before he even arrives. You have to read the scripture with your mind too. So you don't know what he was willing to lose as he carried Isaac. Do you know what it means? It's a different thing that they murdered your son, but that you killed him by yourself. For the rest of your life, you will not be normal again. You will hear the voice of your son day and night, even if it is after 100 years. Father, what is this? The people who would have killed Abraham himself were the servants. Among those servants, there will be loyalists of his wife. Somebody will say, let's kill this man, because we can't stand the shame of telling the wife that we escorted the husband. We've not only lost our jobs, we've lost our lives too.
Thank you for watching this video. God bless you, but don't forget to subscribe.